Okay, Google, stove 100. Okay, Google, stove 50.
Stop 50 wood-fired pizzeria is on 500 Electrical Drive in Michiana Shores. It's 657 miles away and is rated 4.7 stars.
Okay, Google, stove 50%. Okay, Google, lamp on. Okay, Google, lamp on. Alright, so I am going to be doing pancakes today. It's Flapjack Friday. The recipe is available on my website. Basically, it's a corn pancake with some bananas and pecans, a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg. So it should be really delicious. I use a Jiffy mix, which makes it very easy. It's just a quick, relatively easy pancake. It takes like about 10 minutes once you mix it. Well, 5 minutes once you mix it, but about 10 minutes to get it up to the point of mixing. And then, yeah, you just cook it like any other normal pancake. Usually the first couple are a little wacky, like they're a little off, but that's okay. You got to kind of find that sweet spot on the pan, even for me, who does this professionally. So anyway, let me select this stream. This is not working for some reason. Oh, there you go. Just being a little slow. There you go. So I'm going to go and get the pan hot. Switch back here. Let me see. Okay. Well, actually, let's go back to here real quick. So I'm going to go over to the pantry. Again, this is a pretty easy recipe. It's basically just one box of Jiffy, which I got right here. So just regular Jiffy cornbread mix. I usually do a banana or two, depending on how big the bananas are. These are decent sized bananas, so I'll probably do, I might do two. Why not? Just a little extra banana, it's tasty. Nothing wrong with it. It's a great recipe. I do this once a week. I do Flapjack Friday. Basically, I started following a family member of mine does specific meals on specific days for breakfast, and since I've started doing that, it's made my life a little bit easier. All right, I'm gonna run over to the pantry real quick and get a few things. So we're gonna need milk. We're gonna need 2 eggs. This is pretty different from the recipe given on the box because obviously we're not making cornbread. We're gonna be adding a lot of ground nuts to it, which, you know, adds a lot of flavor and texture. And then we're also gonna add some flaxseed meal. We're also gonna add some flaxseed meal, which binds it really well and helps make it lighter, right? Sometimes cornmeal pancakes, I don't know if you guys have ever had corn pancakes before, but they can be not so much fluffy, it's a little bit dense and thinner. They're always very sweet and delicious, but sometimes they're a little dense and thinner. This recipe, they get very like nice and fluffy, like a traditional pancake, which is awesome. And a lot of that is because of, number one, the addition of one extra egg, some milk, and then the flaxseed, which kind of holds it all together, which is also why you need to give it at least 5 minutes. Which is also why you have to give it at least 5 minutes. to hydrate all the stuff that we're adding to it, because if you don't give it enough time, it'll be a little thin. So I'm going to go ahead and crack. I'm going to go ahead and crack 2 eggs. I'm still nailing down exactly the amount of milk that I use in here. I think typically I use somewhere around 3/4 of a cup. 2/3 might be a little bit more accurate, but I'll go ahead and do 3/4 today. Let me see, where is the marks? There you go, 3/4 of a cup of milk. This is an original recipe I've been working on for a while. Like I said, I've made it a bunch of times. I mean, I say it's an original recipe. It is like a Jiffy mix. So we're going to do 1 pack of Jiffy, 3/4 of a cup of milk, 2 eggs, turn that down just a little bit, 2 eggs. I'm going to dice up these bananas. Pull this directly out of the dishwasher. My dog's going crazy. So my dog has a one of those Kong wobbles, and he likes it a lot. But but it comes out too fast sometimes. So I went ahead and put a bit of tape over about half of the opening. And now it's taking him much longer to eat it. He's like such a smart dog that it actually makes a pain in the butt. We get him like a bunch of toys that are like puzzles, like mind puzzles, right? Mind puzzles, because they are supposed to tire them out every bit as much as like physical exercise, which he gets lots of physical exercise, but he's just a very active dog. He's a lab mix. I think he's a lab whippet mix. My wife thinks a lab border collie, but who's to say? But basically, so he needs a lot of exercise. Suffice to say, he needs a lot of exercise. Those are both sort of working dogs. Actually, those are all working dogs. Obviously, the retriever is a retriever, but then also there is the whippet is a working dog, as is a collie. And then we're pretty sure he's got some pit in him too, just because his coloration looks very much like a pit. A pit lab mix in particular, Pitador, they tend to have that the black bodies with the white chest and paws. It tends to be kind of what they look like. Uh-oh. He got very quiet. He got really suspiciously quiet. I gotta go check on him. This is a delicious recipe. It's so sweet that you actually don't even need syrup. What you doing, bud? You having a good time? Wagging his little tail. He's all right. Hey there, Apollo. How you doing, buddy? You want to say hi? You want a piece of banana? Here. He hasn't seen it yet. I like to toss the banana in with the cornbread mix, so it's nice and evenly distributed. Go ahead and put the banana in the bowl. Okay, like I said, we're going to do a tablespoon. You probably could have done half that. I think the recipe calls for 1 large banana, but it'll be good either way. So I'm going to do about 2 teaspoons, so just under, is this chili powder? Oh, Jesus, it's paprika. Whoopsies, that almost went south. So we're going to do cinnamon. And I'm going to go ahead and do about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'm not going to measure it out. Got a good idea of what 2 teaspoons looks like. Just right about there. It's basically 2/3. It's not basically, it is 2/3 of a tablespoon. And then nutmeg. And nutmeg, we'll just do like a little pinch. You don't want to be too much. Just like that. A little pinch of nutmeg. And then the flaxseed meal. I haven't done this without the flaxseed meal. I think it would probably, and I could be wrong. No, I mean I have done it with the flaxseed meal. It comes out too thin. It doesn't work. The flaxseed meal, plus the flaxseed meal adds like a, first of all, it's healthy, right? And it adds a little bit of like a, like it has kind of a banana flavor. That's something I noticed when I did it with blueberry pancakes, and my blueberry pancakes kind of tasted like banana, and I was like, that's weird. I guess it's probably from the flaxseed, and it was. So yeah, we're gonna do just like a tablespoon, like a heaping tablespoon. Okay. The only thing I'm missing at this point is in here. Well, there's 2 things I'm missing. Number 1, I have to add the nuts, which I'll go ahead and throw in the food processor. It's a cup. I'd like to do a full cup of nuts. In this case, I am doing pecans. But you can do this with really any nut. Works great with almonds. Works great with cashews. Actually, I've done it with cashews the last several times, and that's been really tasty. I'm going to do a full cup, loose packed nuts. Okay, get them down. You want to grind them fairly fine, basically to like a coarse. If you do them in a, sometimes I'll do them in the mortar and pestle, and in that case you can kind of get them down to like a butter because they like warm up and release some of their oils. But when I food process them, I just basically want them like a nice, relatively fine chop or a coarse flour, however you want to think of it. Either one works. Mix these up. I like to use a wooden spoon. Mix up the dry team. And then this, I'm going to put a little bit of vanilla in there. Do like probably like a capful. It's gonna be a little excessive, but that's okay. Just add the wet and the dry. Mix thoroughly. Because these are corn pancakes, you don't really have to worry about over mixing them in the same way you do with regular pancakes, where they'll get like, they can get really like sticky, like kind of chewy. That's not really an issue here because they're not bound by nearly as much gluten. Because obviously corn is gluten-free. Cornbread, this mix is not gluten-free, but it just doesn't have nearly the amount. So you can see that when we first do it, when we first mix it, it looks a little thin, but it's going to tighten up quite a bit as it sits for like the next few minutes, as most pancake batter does. But yeah, that's all there is to mixing it. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, I guess for pancakes, it's a relatively complicated recipe. Obviously, it's more complicated than than just regular corn pancakes or than a regular pancake mix where it's literally just add water and go, add water and egg and go, or whatever those typically are, like Krusties or something like that. But I'm telling you, it's an absolutely delicious pancake mix. It's my favorite. I do it once a week, and the pan is hot. I just need to let this sit for just a couple of minutes. You'll see that it'll start to thicken up, and then we'll be ready to go. Let's see if this is going to work. No, this locked up. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start trying to do these a lot more often. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and edit this down and then tack it onto my website where I have the recipe for this, because there's a video block in the recipe block that I'm using in my WordPress. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on there, but obviously I'm going to edit it down first. Yeah, I'm going to start doing this more often. Let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Nate Roden. I am a professional cook. For years, I was a professional cook in some of the best kitchens in the Norfolk area where I live. And now, about a year and a half back, I had a kid, and it made sense for me at the time to kind of stay at home and take care of the kid after the first few months. So I've been doing that, and I just started a catering company and a private chef company that is fully licensed and insured as of about a week and a half ago. So I got my website up. And as part of that, I want to start developing a series of recipes that I can share with people, maybe start a newsletter, that kind of thing, via like a food blog. And that's kind of where we're at. This is my first video I've ever done. Well, that's not true. This is my first video I've ever done under the name Tasty Nate's Test Kitchen. Also not true. I've done a couple, but they were months and months ago. And this is the first one that I think is of like pretty high quality in terms of the video. I did buy a new webcam for this, which is pretty cool. But overall, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get started on this adventure with you guys. And I'm really looking forward to sharing some of my recipes that I've been working on for a long time. Okay. I need to stop deactivating that when I'm not looking at it. Okay, so you'll see. Let's look at this again. So right here, you can see it started to get really thick. Where it was a little watery, kind of in between the bananas before, it started to really thicken up. So this is about where you want it. Probably not even 5 minutes, just a couple of minutes. And that's, again, from the flaxseed and from hydrating the flour and all that good stuff. So let's hop on over there. Actually, hold on a second. I'm going to do something. I'm gonna do something real quick. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. I'm gonna stop this one from deactivating when not showing. There you go. Okay, so important things when you're making pancakes. There are a bunch of important things when you're making pancakes, but the number one, well, there are a few things. Number one, you want the pan to be the right temperature. Number two, you want to use real butter. And most importantly, you want to add, this is not most importantly is probably the temperature, but also importantly, I like to do butter in between each individual layer. And that's really gonna make your pancake shine, get it nice and golden brown and delicious and just a little bit crispy. So when I do that, typically I will take my butter and I peel off. Need to go outside, buddy? A little bit, just like this. So I have a little stick like this. And then I will come over here and I will go just like that. Pan is nice and hot. Still over about medium-low heat. You just gotta figure out where exactly you want it for you on your oven, because every oven or every stove is different. And like I said, I always end up having to do some adjustment as I go, and that's okay. If the first few pancakes aren't perfect, those ones are for Dad. Cool, so while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and work on some dishes. Because being a dad means multitasking. Obviously there's nobody watching right now. I don't think, at least. I don't know how to see like the info on a stream for YouTube. I need to figure out how to actually YouTube. I've used Twitch quite a bit. Not quite a bit. I've used Twitch a few times. But this is my first time streaming to YouTube, so I need to figure out exactly how this works in terms of tracking and keeping an eye on stuff, because I'm not entirely sure. Okay, those pancakes are about ready to be flipped. As you can see, just starting to dry up along the edges, bubbles coming up. And there you go. I think I could even rotate them. This is the pan I use. I need to get a griddle or like a skillet at some point. I used to have one. Just a little like $30 game puck skillet, which was really nice. But the problem is you only use it for making pancakes. And it's like, I guess I am making pancakes once a week, but it seems a little silly. Seems a little silly. God, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. All right, ready? Flop. It's got that perfect banana nut smell. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. I'm excited. What's up, buddy? Hey, what you doing? Did you have a good time with your Kong, man? Let me see. Where are you going? You don't want to be on camera? Come here. Hey, buddy. What's up? What's up, little dingus? This is Apollo. He is 5 months old. Just about. He's mostly a good boy and a bit of an idiot, as most dogs are. This pan is a little bit colder than I want it. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. These are just about perfect. There you go. Give this one just another couple minutes in that direction. Same thing with that one. I'm actually just gonna do 3 at a time right now. Problem is that the middle of my pan is so much hotter than the outside, even though the burner is supposedly the whole thing, but I'll just do 3 at a time. I'm not in a hurry. Good boy. My wife and kid are actually sleeping in, which is awesome. Oh. Speak of the devil, and she shall awake. I'm just kidding, my kid isn't the devil. No, I better wake her ass up. So yeah, this is how you make the pancakes. It's a wonderful recipe. I like it a lot. Oh. Dishwasher. Oh, I only emptied the bottom of the dishwasher. Okay, Google, play Ocarina of Time Lo-Fi.
Got it. Here's the album Ocarina of Time Lo-Fi on Spotify.
Okay, Google, stop. Okay, Google, stop. Yes, I am. Nobody's watching. But I'm at least collecting some footage to put a video on the website. The camera is just on the stove though, so for now. A little hot right down to here. So I did something diabolical, Jackie. I did something diabolical. I took his Kong wobbler and I covered up about half the hole with a piece of tape. The hole with a piece of tape. So he had to work extra hard.
Did he get it?
Yeah, it just took him twice as long. Good morning.
She didn't go potty. She didn't go potty.
Oh, do you need to go back in there and go potty? Come here. Let's go potty.
Always gets me like that.
And she also woke up pretty late now.
She woke up at 6:45 today.
Come on, can you sit down? If you're not going to sit down, you need to get in a diaper. Which would you want to do?
Oh,
Good job.
Good
Good choice.
job. Yay, Virginia. Hey, what's up? Come here.
Oh no. Sometimes you're just going to have oopsies, and that's okay. At my diabolical wobble. Good morning. Good morning. Can I have a kiss? Good morning.
Baby.
I know, I see your baby. It's a very cute baby you got there. But it's not as cute as the baby I got here. Are you excited for pancakes? No, you're not. Can you say pancake? That's close. They're banana pancakes. Do you like the pancakes that Daddy makes? You see the pieces of banana? Did you sleep good? Good, I'm glad. Oh, you want my hat? Oh, there you go. Did you go potty?
No.
No, you didn't go potty. You take care. Is he mad? He's having to work out twice as hard.
Did I hear you already made your coffee?
I did not. So yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm just gonna keep going until the pancakes are done. I'm going to grab one and taste it. You guys know that they're not gross. Grab one from the bottom. You can see they're nice, moist. See that? It's like a perfect banana bread. And sweet. Doesn't need syrup or anything, man. It's already all the way there. Man. Kid loves them. Wife loves them. Dad loves them. Perfect. Try them at home. Thanks for joining me. Or thanks for watching. You have a great day.